The problem we have here is that once again, software has gotten free to develop, which opened up for this opportunity, but it can also be your biggest downfall. But there are workarounds, and I'll give you 3 of them right now. We'll cut you out of this collaboration, and we'll just build this feature ourselves. It'll take us a weekend. Who are actual good collaborators apart from this framework? The framework is strategic. You know how to make sure that you have leverage in the collaboration, and the other collaborators are leverageable. If your only offer is lines of code in a simple app that anyone can come in and just do and get value out of and then bounce, you have no leverage in the collaboration. Because what will happen? You will integrate into another tool. They will go, our users actually quite like this, but this is just code that we now have on our platform and we're paying you for. Why don't we just cut you out of this? We'll cancel the collaboration because we've now tested that this works. We can charge more and we keep all of it. If this is a genuine concern, you have in going into these collaborations, the concern should stretch beyond the collaborations and actually down to your core business model. First of all, it's a bad idea to try to go for 2% of a big market. You need monopoly in this space. Which means that you start off usually with a quite small and targeted market. This also answers the debate of whether SaaS is dead or not. Is SaaS dead? Some people say yes, absolutely, everyone can build it themselves. Other people say no, of course not. Like, come on, you can't vibe code your own Uber. And there's truth to that. So let me work out the 3 moats which makes your SaaS vibe coding safe and also a good collaborator in your collaboration, so you don't have to fear that they just steal your features. And this is also what you look out for in the collaborators that you want to collaborate with, to make sure that they are actually valuable for your user base and to make sure that you also can't just steal their features. So here we go. The first one is a network effect. This is a moat you cannot vibe code because that's kind of the rule. What can you not vibe code that's software related? Network effect is one of them. I can sit down and I can vibe code my own Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. My algorithm won't of course be as good. That's what makes them the best social media platforms. But even if I nail that, let's say I come up with an even better algorithm. The reason everyone is on TikTok is because everyone else is on TikTok. The reason everyone scrolls TikTok is because all the content creators are posting on TikTok. Same thing with YouTube, same thing with Instagram, same thing with Facebook. That's where your friends are. That's where everyone else is. That's where everyone else is posting. That's what gives it value, not the buttons, not the lines of code. The people is what makes it valuable, not the code. So if you don't have a value offer that increases with every new user that joins, you don't have network effect. And I highly suggest you look into that. But there are 2 other options. The second one is data, because a lot of these tools are AI nowadays. And I probably don't even have to tell you this, but I still see a lot of micro SaaSes and SaaSes in general that sell this AI feature thinking that they will print money from it. But all their AI is a system prompt. If your AI is simply a system prompt and not backed on data or not leveraged with data, once again, there's nothing really stopping me from just trying to copy paste your system prompt, and then I can sell the same AI to the same people you're doing this, and then you're fucked. Because you can have 100 people doing the same, like spending a weekend to build out the same and literally just copy you. And even if it's slightly worse or slightly better, even if they're not as good at marketing as you are, you're now still competing with 99 others for the attention of the same market that hasn't 100x, most likely. So make sure you have data no one else can access. The third point, IP and licenses. Stripe is the perfect example of this because yes, they're a tech platform. Yes, they have a lot of cool developer tools for integrations and automations and all that fancy stuff that's regarding to managing money over the internet. But what they really got that makes it impossible for anyone else to just vibe code a Stripe over a weekend is that they have paid millions in lawyer fees to get the licenses to actually move the money. Same thing with Revolut. They have the licenses. That is behind a multi-million dollar investment barrier that you cannot simply vibe code. These are the 3 moats. Make sure that you have one of these 3 moats to make sure that you can collaborate safely, and make sure that your collaborators has one of these 3 moats to make them a good collaborator for your users.